Who called the cops this week on The Hapless Heroes?
Yeah, it's not up my butt, it's in my butt. It's different.
I understand the difference. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and I continue to be your host and DM as our party has another brush with the law potentially here.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and introduce this party. Starting on my virtual left, we have Dave playing March.
I didn't do it. I mean, good evening, everybody.
Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzbore.
I just want my coffee, please.
Nicole as Glorp Glup Glup.
Herps, you gotta hide.
Sebastian as Choom Deloom.
Deny!
And Lewis as Lev Zangief.
Hello, everybody. Can't be funny all the time.
No, you can't. Listen, some people get paid to do that, all right? Anyway.
Yeah, pay us and we'll be funnier.
Last time on the show, we, as a group, as a collective, got the shuttle back up and running in working order as some debates happened about what to do about the information presented to us by a doll, a cursed doll that y'all had come into contact with in outer space that has been whispering things to you and showing you things and telling you things about yourselves, or at least knowing things about yourselves that you've never shared with anybody here. And asked for your help and, did some other cursed things. I mean, listen, the list goes on. If you want to, you can just listen back if you really want to get the full story of the doll here. Okay, I'm not going to retell it all in this one breath, anyway. The point is, this doll was torn up, its pieces reassembled by Glorp and then put back into the jar. It just has not spoken with you telepathically since it was torn up or reassembled. But you guys are still going to go ahead and chase the lead that it gave you anyway of a potentially right here on this very moon you happen to find yourselves on, a ruin of some kind or some sort of temple or somewhere where it tried to go once upon a time with someone named Timmy. And you've went out in search of some more information at another one of the settlements on this moon called Hearthglade. And upon landing, Percival went to go get some fresh air and just go stretch his legs. And as he opened the door to the ship, he was greeted with someone yelling, "Hands where I can see them." And that's where we open up. I see a finger in the air.
Oh yeah, I'm just making sure everybody. As we all know, anytime the authorities appear to come, Choom is going to open up a side panel and disappear.
Okay. Choom.
Is that a stealth roll or what?
Sure. Why not? Let's kick it off with the good old stealth check.
Because I spend most of my time in these tunnels, I have advantage. I would know where to hide now.
Yeah, sure.
Love you.
I don't care if you hide from the cops. We just see how good you do.
Oh, thank God. So that would be a dirty 24.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're all up in there, and you're quiet as a mouse.
I love the inflection of mouse.
Because your head is, you're more. We are already anthropomorphized animals.
Yeah,
most of us,
yeah.
So it
I'm
kind of
quiet.
feels weird to compare us to other members of the animal kingdom, whether they are or are not anthropomorphic. Anyway, so the point is, we open back up on the scene then with Percival being again the one who opened the door, and the audience will see he has his hands raised. Immediately puts his hands up in the air, and you hear everyone else can just hear him talking. Like, hello, sorry, what seems to be the problem? We were cleared to land here. We have it on good authority that you're wanted under suspicion of assault. This crew, we received word from Timberfall, from the sheriff over there, Sheriff Schwarzenegger, or Schwarzenegger, Sheriff Schwarzenegger, and we just we're gonna need everybody to come on out with their hands up, and we're just gonna ask you some questions, okay?
Or what? You're going to shoot us?
Well, I would really. I feel like there are many steps between now and that. I really am not.
It just seems like you left us no
feel a
choice
little
by
nervous for
telling
the
us to
fact
put
that-
our hands up.
We have reason to believe you are all dangerous, as you are wanted for assault.
And my hands are still in front of me. Look, with you can see that there's no reason to be so aggressive.
And that it's just protocol, sir. Please, just keep your hands where I can see them.
I don't know. You're making me kind of nervous right now, buddy. I'd like to talk to your supervisor right now, please. He should come down here, actually. I'm tired of talking to you. I know my rights, okay? I talked to a lawyer once.
I am the sheriff of Hearthglade. All right.
Okay, and who is like head sheriff above you? Because you're looking a little nervous right now, and it's freaking me out, and all of us right now too. I think I like glance around at the rest of the docks.
Oh my god, how am I going to handle this? Give me a
Where
second.
everyone else is being cool.
I'm gone.
Well, yeah.
The sheriff looks at Percival and he says, "Can you calm your friend down, please?" And Percival turns to you, Lev. Lev, hey, buddy, hey. No need to escalate. All right, I see you're getting a little hot, and maybe we just need to bring it. Just take it down. It's gonna be okay. Maybe let's put our hands in a normal position like this. And he gestures how he's holding his hands up, not in front of him, but like up in the air. And maybe we just comply and maybe not find ourselves in any sort of problem. We just can talk. We can clearly explain this must be a misunderstanding, and we can just be on our merry way. And then no one, there's nothing to be threatened by, or there's no one that's threatening anybody. Okay, so
we just give up some of our rights in order to just have a little bit more security, is what you're saying?
Yes, that's literally how governments work.
No, I don't like that.
Like, this is literally the point of polite society. I mean, I'm the least cop-friendly person here.
He says out loud in front of the cops.
Can I just say, there are so many ways. And I feel like in every campaign we've done, and every time we've played D&D, obviously at some point, you have to deal with whatever the version of the local or law enforcement is of the place that you're at and the time period that you're in. Okay? I did describe that at least when you were in Timberfall, many of the people were wearing, different kinds of jumpsuits and like cowboy hats, things like that. The sheriffs had like badges literally on the hats. Everyone, it's not like this was like any sort of like, advanced like stages of like settlement or anything like that, right? Or even government. This is a frontier system. It is, I'm not going to say lawless, but I would say that the people here are pretty much responsible for creating, maintaining, and enforcing their own laws, probably based off of some general, frameworks that have been established over time that have been shown to work in societies like this. But I digress. It is just a sheriff and what looks to be about 6 other dudes, cowboy hats, all humans for the most part. There is we'll say maybe even one of them is has like some pointier ears than the rest. But all of them have curled mustaches, and cowboy hats on, with a badge.
Y'all act like you never been booked before. Jeez. And
Again, in
March,
front of the
March
cops.
knows the routine. He's been arrested a few
All right, now
times in
listen.
his life.
All right, we don't want no trouble from y'all, and it ain't no secret that sometimes the people of Timberfall can be a little uppity when it comes to maybe just, like they don't get a whole lot of visitors. We don't get a whole lot of visitors out here down this rest, and maybe there's just a lot of suspicions being thrown around. But there was just word of an assault, potentially. I know the words where curse was thrown around. I don't really believe in none of that. All right, all I know is that this ship was flagged for us. There was a potential bounty issued for information on your whereabouts, and for information that would lead to potentially a confirmation if some sort of assault that occurred. We just want to get some information, maybe just clear the air now that you're landing here in our home. All right, we just want to make sure that y'all aren't dangerous. Okay, I will lower my weapon, and y'all we can just have a conversation. That's all I'm looking for. Can we do that?
Apologize for the rashness of some of my compatriots. It's been a rough couple of days.
I can't imagine, these, especially out here in the fringes of known space, it can be hard to find any sort of stability, and that's what we're looking for here, and that's what we're looking to maintain. That's why we're here having a conversation with y'all, to make sure you don't pose a threat to us or the people of Hearthglade. It is my responsibility to protect these people. You understand?
Of course.
Now, is this all he is? From what I understand, there were about 6 of you.
Glorp is not down here.
I saw Mike kind of do that. No, I'm not here. Like motion. Is that right?
Oh no, I was counting.
Oh, you were counting.
Yeah,
To say,
I was
leaves us with
physically
4
counting.
people here right now.
It just kind of scratches his head a little bit.
So, Brew, you're down there too, then.
I was making coffee, so I was in the vicinity. Yes.
Okay, so you would have made your way down. Okay, so we'll say it's March, Lev, and Percy, and Brew that are currently at least maybe starting to make their way out of the ship, and again, everyone's pretty calm. Weapons have been lowered. He said, "You put your hands down. Just make sure just no sudden movements. All right. We don't want no trouble."
Would Glorp have been able to hear this conversation from their room, bunk, whatever?
Cooler.
Yes.
Cool. So Glorp does come out with perps, but not the jar, just the doll.
Excellent. So you pull perps out of the jar.
Yeah. And I hid the jar under my pillow. No, I don't have a pillow. You know what? Let's say I have a pillow in the cooler for no reason.
Sure.
And I have now hidden the jar under the pillow in my cooler.
Okay. Why not? Why not?
The pillow's just there for hiding things under.
Of course.
Everybody knows it's my hiding spot.
Yeah. It's not a secret to anybody on this ship.
No,
But
except for the people that are on the
except
ship
for
that
the
don't live
people-
on the ship.
Exactly. Okay. Well, the sheriff, looks all of you over. Does see with Glorp as you walk out with the doll, though it does, he does say, "Oh, what's that you got there?"
It's the thing they were convinced was cursed.
Well, you just bring it out there in the open like this?
Well, I just kind of wanted to show you it was just a doll. It's not. I think it's just those crazy Timberfalls people, like you were saying.
Okay, I'm gonna make you roll for that in a second. Choom,
Yeah.
you were, based on where you've hidden yourself, you would have hidden yourself in a place where you could probably still eavesdrop, because I know.
Oh yeah.
So you hear this whole conversation playing out. The sheriff is expecting to see 6 people.
Okay. How's that my problem?
Well, he does say, so I'm sorry. I believe from what we understand, it was also potentially a shorter fellow. I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to
Profiling.
I
Wow.
That was what was described to us. 4 hands, tail. Any idea their whereabouts?
As a player, I'm going to be tactical about where we lie.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. He's still sleeping, isn't he? Mind if I go back and get him?
Sure. Again, just please, no sudden movements. All right, just maybe just make sure we can see those hands that you're walking out of the ship again. Listen, we've dealt with.
Oh no, March has not taken his hands off of the back of his head the whole time.
I appreciate that. Listen, and you have to understand our overabundance of caution. We do have a fair bit of piracy that does occur in this system. We just need to make sure you ain't some of them dirty pirates.
Oh no, we know.
Okay. Do you go in, March, then, and try to find Choom?
Yeah, March is going to go in. He's walking, your fingers laced behind his head the whole way, just walking back into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and once he gets in a ways and knows he's not going to be overheard. Hey, the jig's up. We might as well just be out with it right now. Let's be tactical about this one.
Scurry. You really want to trust these fucking backwoods ass, profiling ass?
Oh, absolutely not. I just want to pick my moment about, if we're going to be dishonest about something, we gotta be selective here.
You have to understand. I was trying to think about okay, you have many people who've probably not seen something like a Hadizee before, and so the description that was probably given as the communication was relayed was just what features could be easily described to make sure that you were.
It's possible we could have passed the puppet off as him.
I was thinking about that.
He's just sleeping
I was going
it
to
off,
until the tail came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no tail on this puppet, unfortunately.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I was going to try and, while you guys were dealing with those boys over there, which I'm sure you could totally deal with by yourself, I was going to go and see what I could find out about the temple.
I mean, as much as I love that idea, they already know we got a crew of 6. That's the problem.
Right. Forgot. We have a glorp. All right. I'll come out. But I'm telling you right now, if they lock us in a cell again, I'm going to lose my shit. Comes out of side panel.
Oh, I mean, it's still absolutely shut the fuck up Friday over here, but, let's not be obviously hiding.
I'm going to take every weapon and everything that I have, and if March lets me, his power glove, and I'm going to put it in my plumbing bag of holding, which would just look like an empty plumbing belt if people were just looking at it.
Yeah, with just some of the pouches and stuff like that on it, right? Is that yeah. That's fine.
Not the worst idea. Hang on. He pulls kind of a little cigarette case out of his jacket pocket. Put this in there too, just in case.
Yeah, I'll put him next to mine. It's perfect.
Right.
All right, I'm coming out. I'm unarmed, and I am much taller than initially was reported. So don't be surprised. And I'm gonna walk out with my hands up.
Oh, it's too bad that I don't think we have access to enlarge, reduce.
Not yet. That's coming, and I'm totally taking it. Just so you know,
because this would have been a perfect opportunity to enlarge yourself. Just to.
Oh God. Yes, let's give Choom the powers of Ant-Man. This cannot possibly backfire.
I mean, listen, I didn't do it. Okay, Wizards of the Coast allowed it to happen.
Yeah,
so you dealt with them.
Yeah.
So listen.
Yeah,
anyway,
I come out.
You come out. Yeah. So everyone comes out. All right. So how about we just settle this right here, and we just ask you some questions. We can just send you on your way if we could just clear all this up. What exactly happened in Timberfall? And what brings you here? Don't everybody jump at once.
Jim's gonna look around. What did happen, guys?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was kind of hot. It was
Yeah.
foggy, wasn't it?
You can't remember.
I'm trying to think as Dave and not as March right now.
I understand. But I will say the sheriff does respond to the "I can't remember" comment. Now listen, I seen all them law shows. I seen them documentaries about them people up in them courts and those, more civilized spaces they call them, saying all these things about how they can't recall. Oh yeah, I can't recall. And somehow that absolves you of your potential responsibility and culpability in a crime. Oh, I just don't remember. It was 2 days ago. I urge you to search that memory of yours. You all got big brains, I can tell. Y'all look like the smart types.
Just
Maybe-
keep profiling, bud.
Maybe just take a moment
That's
Jog
mighty
that
kind
memory.
of you.
and just maybe just give us a bit of a retelling of what you do recall of the events of the last couple of days, including what happened in Timberfall. And then maybe we can get to what you're all doing here too.
Glorp's hands are already up, so they grow an extra arm and raise that hand.
Yes.
Okay, well, if you want us to tell you everything we can remember,
Jim sits
This
down,
might
pulls out
not
a scroll.
the most direct story I've ever told. So I apologize if I need to jump around a little bit, but it started because I'm pretty
Here we
sure
go.
that we forgot to buy anything but 2 boxes of cereal at the last. No, we bought juice boxes too. So we were in space on an adventure. It was our first time going to space on an adventure. We forgot to get groceries, and then we had to go get groceries. So we were coming here towards your moon, and there were some crossword puzzles. I think Lev needed some help spelling like not solar system. That's too easy. I don't remember. We helped with some crosswords, and then once we got to this planet, we needed the groceries. I really wanted marshmallow cereal. There's this marshmallow cereal that has a guy on the front of the box. He's a Marshall, and it's called Marshall Mallows. It's delicious. It's only marshmallows. But Brew wanted a healthier cereal, so I had to find something with a higher fiber content. So I started
It's true. It
by going to the
helps me go to the
grocery-
bathroom better.
Passes
Mhm.
scroll to March.
The marshmallows help me go to the bathroom better because I go to the bathroom through my feet.
It's true. She does. They do. True.
So I went to the grocery store and I was looking for the cereal, and then I noticed there was an entire aisle of cowboy hats. And I started shopping for cowboy hats. And there was a red one, and I sent a picture of that one. Oh, wait, I need to go back. We had a group chat that we started, and in the group chat, we were talking about the cowboy hats and also what kind of groceries that we should get.
I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt you right there.
But
I'm gonna need to. Okay, so
But-
while I appreciate the level of detail in which you are recalling the events of the last couple of days,
That's what you asked for, right?
hold on.
Why'd you cut them off? They were on a roll. What are you doing?
So sorry.
Amateur over here. Pass the
Like,
scroll back.
I as the player recognize that the absolute right option here is just to be forthright about this and be like, yeah, we got a cursed item. Our solution to getting this thing uncursed is in the neighborhood. Like,
No one
let us-
ever just wants to tell like exactly what happened, like the truth.
That
Like,
is what I'm doing.
That's
I
what
mean,
they're doing.
okay, except for Glorp, but Glorp is doing it in such an exhaustive way that it's like it's actually painful to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is like their secret weapon. It's just like it's just
Yes, and you've stopped us from using it.
and like,
The sheriff continues. While I appreciate the level of detail in which you are recollecting these events, I would like to focus more on the events of what happened with the chapel with the pastor of Lord Rail. It is my understanding that you, or this cursed item, so to speak, are responsible for some sort of assault that happened and has left the poor pastor seriously injured.
Wow.
But I can't tell you that part until I tell you about my cowboy hat.
I failed to see how these things are related.
My cowboy hat didn't match because they didn't have any blue ones.
I'm sorry. Are you trying? I know we're laughing, but were you like launching back into your monologue, and you just were stopped by? Okay. So I'm gonna let you collect yourself, compose yourself.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through our group chat as well, and getting back up to.
Oh no! Don't expose the group chat. Oh, no.
No, sorry, that was actually Nicole. No, but you know what? Yeah, Glorp does pull their phone out of their butt.
Self.
Because where else would it be?
I don't know, a bag.
I am the bag. I didn't bring a bag in. Well, I guess I did bring the teddy bear. Yeah.
Oh my
My
god.
phone's just kind of like in a butt cheek. In my butt, not up my butt. It's an important distinction.
Is
okay?
it?
I'm a goo person. It's just in my butt. Like
It's just
in a
in
cheek.
yourself.
Like as
It's
if
just
it was
in
a pocket. Like it's still sticking out the top.
Oh, right. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could just make a pocket out of your.
Out of my butt.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not up my butt. It's in my butt. It's
No,
different.
I understand the difference.
Clip it. Clip it.
Did I just make the bumper for this episode?
It's different.
Please continue.
I pull my phone out and I show the selfie of me wearing the brown cowboy hat that I had sent in the group chat, giving the thumbs up.
So this is the cowboy hat I had to get, and it didn't match, but I got everybody else some really, really good cowboy hats, including a tiny little red one. Anyway, turns out that it's really easy to take a butt photo when you keep your phone in your butt. You shouldn't look at this photo. Anyway, you were asking about the priest. We went to the church because they thought that our buddy Perps here was haunted, but he's just a doll. He's everybody's best friend. And then something happened with the priest, and we all had to leave. But nobody
No, wait,
anybody.
let's not skip over that. No. In fact, that same level of detail you went into when you were talking about buying the groceries and the hats.
Yeah.
How about let's give me that same level of detail for the events that transpired with the priest. Yeah.
He wasn't wearing a cowboy.
We've
Oh my God,
weaponized
sorry.
Glorp, and I am not even a little bit sorry.
No, we've weaponized Glorp. Glorp has not weaponized Glorp because this is honestly the best telling that Glorp would have. They wouldn't understand the implications of what was going on with the actual curse. They're just totally.
I would
I'm pretty sure that I was out in the courtyard. I don't think I actually made it in at any point during the.
You kind of did.
Yeah, did I?
But also, in fact, the only person who didn't step in was Brew. Because he was, he heard the voice in his head that says, "We enter a house of lies." So, that's just a flashback for a second. However, oh my God, this is insane. I would call this a recap episode if it weren't for the fact that this is barely one because of the fact that it's a Glorp telling the story again. So, it's an impromptu recap.
Honestly, all of my notes are on the colors of the cowboy hats. So, that's, I'm giving detail where I've got it.
Oh my God. So this goes on for another few minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to reconcile, me as the player, my desire to kind of move this along and just be honest here with March's absolute inability to be honest with law enforcement because...
I'm kind of stuck in the same spot.
I understand.
I described the floor tiles, the plants, the windows, what the priest was wearing, what everybody else was wearing.
Jar of pickles.
Yep, a jar of pickles. Oh yeah, I talk a lot about the jar of pickles.
I
I attempt to order pickles while talking
And the different
about
flavors
jar
of pickles, right?
At any point during this ramble, because you can tell that the sheriff is trying to be patient as he's like, he's almost like he's just waiting with bated breath for the actual details to emerge so that y'all can just all move on from this. But do you ever actually touch on what happened to the priest or what actions were taken, when it came to the jar or the doll?
I did. I at some point expressed that we were trying to exorcise the doll, and that's why we were talking to the priest, and that it's like something happened in the doll exorcism, but that's really as much detail.
So as soon as you essentially get to that part, as we save the audience, if anything, not that they're probably not in.
4 hours later.
Yeah, right.
4 hours
Everyone
later.
is like got their shoulders sagged at this point as Glorb is retelling the story because it's just been, it's a long one. I mean,
I'm on my
y'all
second
have at least
scroll.
prepared yourself for this, right? But
Oh yeah.
the sheriff goes, okay, wait, hold on. And you can see he's a bit exhausted now too. So are you saying that this exorcism that was being performed is what caused harm to happen to this pastor?
And caused us to be run out of town, but yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, I was saying that they should carry blue cowboy hats. I'm not sure how you got that moral out of the story.
Hold on a moment. If you don't mind, I got a little wand here. I can actually just do a quick sweep of magic for that. We could just clear this whole mess up and just kind of see maybe if this is some, I don't know, clerical hokey pokey type stuff. And like I said, I don't believe in none of that. So we just why don't we just put this matter to bed, see if this thing's cursed, and we can move on. How's that sound?
I am amazed that you waited till now to whip that out. That's crazy.
Can you turn my cowboy hat?
Yeah, it kind of looks like one of the wands that they kind of scan you at security with. You know what I mean? Not like a magic wand like you would think, but it functionally does the same thing. And he waves it all over the doll, and it does not activate at all, except maybe it gets a brief little little boops showing that mending was cast on it recently.
Looks like your scanner's broken.
No, it looks pretty normal to me. I mean, I don't see no curse.
What about that jar over there?
What jar? Where? There's no jar to be seen. Remember, Glorp has it hidden underneath their pillow.
Well hidden.
Yeah.
Oh, it decided that today was not the day to follow us.
Yeah. So we probably sound like really crazy right now, and I understand that. But
in our defense, we go through a lot of scrolls of common motion, and it's entirely possible we hallucinated any amount of this shit.
there is a thick fog. By the time Glorp had finished their retelling, we had gone through several scrolls of common motion.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the details straight here. I mean, listen, we've seen all kinds of strange things, and listen, I'm no stranger to the fact that magic is real. I've seen it. You know, it's what is responsible for so much of the technology we utilize today. But when it comes to curses, I feel like, you know, we have the equipment and technology to be able to figure out, you know, what's going on. And I just don't see nothing. You said this priest did find some kind of curse?
Yeah.
Told you it was
He was
cursed?
trying to. He handled it, and then stuff happened.
Yeah, unless he wanted to do a quadruple backflip into a wall, like unless he meant to do that, pretty sure it's cursed, bud.
I see. All right. I mean, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt here for a moment at least, but that leads me to my next question. And that's, what y'all doing here? What made
Well, in
you...
the case of hypothetical curses, let's say we were given some coordinates in the, you know, not too distant area where, you know, we could potentially decurse this thing and put it all to bed, and, you know, and we all forget this ever happened, and, you know, tell nobody but our therapist about it.
Gift basket for the priest, too. Little fruits or something.
Yeah, I mean,
What,
we didn't do it. It
you
really
mean
is
by-
something that happened to him.
what you mean by coordinates?
Buddy, you gotta follow along a little bit better here. Coordinates.
Like a location.
Can I maybe get a more short-winded explanation of what you mean by that?
Warp steps back.
Where did you come? What type of coordinates we talking about? Where are you trying to go? What are you looking for?
Yeah, fuck it. We're going for honest. It was what? Some kind of temple somewhere.
Probably,
in the vicinity, I think, right?
Ruins maybe by now. Who knows?
Another set of treasure seekers trying to come here to this moon, plunder
That was
its
a lead,
secrets,
man.
and
That was a
Oh,
doing all
actually,
these things.
honestly, no. If anything, we were trying to leave more shit behind than we had when we came here.
The only thing you're going to be leaving behind is your corpses. I've seen all manner of treasure hunters coming here talking about some temple.
Whoa,
None of them came out of them woods.
bro.
Oh, okay,
fucking-
good. For a second, it sounded like you were threatening us. So,
Like for real, like you gotta
shit,
work
man,
on
I
your
am really
bedside.
glad that's
What
not
the
the
fuck?
case. Like, just a dire warning. We can handle dire warnings. Like we've had
No,
those
my-
before. That's
My
Tuesday
apologies.
for
That was
us.
not I was not threatening you, sir. I'm telling you that every set of treasure hunters that come passing through our little town here, or our village, talking about this temple in them woods, spreading all these rumors, getting all the townsfolk all interested and wandering out there too. None of them come back. Sometimes, every now and again, it's the ones that do wander out of them woods, acting all crazy, whispering all kinds of nonsense to themselves.
Well, I mean, that doesn't exactly lend credence to the argument that there's nothing out there.
I ain't saying there's nothing out there. I'm saying you'd be crazy to go looking for it.
Sorry, my emotions are really calmed right now. I zoned out. Are we free to go?
You're like you've met us, right? Like we don't strike you as sane individuals, do we?
I don't think anybody all that's saying if they want to come try to figure out how to make a life out in the middle of nowhere in outer space. But I guess we all a little crazy, aren't we?
Apparently.
Some folks are just taking bigger risks than others.
All right.
Are we being detained?
Give me a second. Give
Oh
me
my
one
God.
second. Give me 1 second. All right, I had to go to the name bucket. This was a couple of years ago, but was suggested by Discord user NDX. I'm going to use the last name here. I mean, we can go ahead and use the first name as well, but he just goes by, my name's Sheriff. I go by Sheriff McGreg. That's M. McGreg, MGREG, McGreg. Sheriff McGreg.
M apostrophe Greg or
Nope,
just M?
Just McGreg.
M Greg.
McGreg.
Greg.
All right,
McGreg.
the Greg.
All right. We're gonna be keeping an eye on you and your comings and goings.
Oh, no, I would. We're going to make a great cautionary tale to somebody someday.
If nothing else, we'll our typical policy that we've had for all them other treasure hunters that come on through here is if you go venturing out there in search of that treasure, we'll mind your ship and allow it to stay, up in our spaceport here for 60 days. And then if
nice.
you don't come back, we're gonna we do have salvage rights to it at that point in time.
Yeah, if we're not
Even
back
if
in
we
60
leave,
days,
Points at Percy. Even if he's here the whole time, like we renew that some way
Oh,
if we need to.
I thought I was coming on this adventure with you, dude.
Yeah, he probably is, isn't he?
Or no, I was more again because Percival, he's got that slight eagerness, but at the same time, like someone does need to mind the
Yeah.
ship and do all
Yeah,
that
wait.
stuff.
we're just trying to continue to maintain the.
Yeah, I was trying to
Cover.
alley the oop here, but also at the same time, he basically just told us he was going to rob us when we die. So,
No,
Oh.
that's just salvage law.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I mean, otherwise there'd be a lot of ships clogging up a lot of space. I mean, if we're not back in 60 days, we got bigger problems than what happened to our ship.
that's true. That's a very generous amount of time.
No, I mean, people get lost.
All right, we're free to go then.
Yes, but
What's
I
with
guess,
this guy?
Yeah,
hate
you're free.
this place.
You're free to go. If this fella here, Percival, he extends a hand. The sheriff shakes Percival's hand. If this fella's willing to stay behind and kind of corroborate for y'all, we'll consider it. We'll stay in touch. Don't cause no trouble, or we will come down on you with the full force of the law. I promise.
Another threat, dude. You gotta work on speed or something.
I'm just
started talking to
expressing
us
my
with a gun
intent
in
to
his
protect the people of this settlement. Thank you. I think you understand it's my literal job to ensure that you do not cause trouble here, and if you do, it will be my responsibility to ensure you stop.
Bro.
Is that clear?
Okay.
He's got to be combative once a day. It's part of a really weird diet.
What's his fucking
doctor's got him
problem?
on.
All right, welcome to Hearthglade.
Thanks.
And they stand
Shit.
aside.
I gotta go on that diet too, actually.
Excuse me, sheriff dude. You guys got an information center or someplace for new, tourists or whatever?
I mean, we don't. This ain't really the pinnacle of tourism.
You said it.
can tell.
I didn't say that.
But I'm sure the locals at at one of our many watering holes and other entertainment establishments might be able to share some stories with you. I mean, if you have any questions, you can also come down to sheriff's office.
Son of a bitch, he's gonna make us get our own intel like this is a real D&D game.
Well, it was worth a shot. I figured because he sucked at his job, maybe we get something out of that, but it's fine.
Did you say
All
that out
right.
loud?
What?
Did you say that out loud?
I don't know what you mean. What are you
Is
talking
that
about?
against the law?
I'm already walking away, so yes, but
I'm just trying to take
Oh,
a
yeah.
mental tally if you just insulted this man out loud as you were walking away from him.
Like I said, it's his diet.
if you're just realizing this now, I did not need to insult you. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm making a mental note of this.
All right, let's go to this town and collect the information. If everyone tells us that we're stupid treasure hunters and tells us we're gonna die, Choom's gonna lose his shit at some point.
Well, you walk into this very large settlement of Hearthglade. You walk away from sort of this airport, spaceport area, and there are some wall, some not rudimentary, but there are some walls that have been built to kind of separate the settlement from outside. So you do walk through a bit of just a small, I'm not talking about a serious police state type of checkpoint, but you walk through a small checkpoint as you exit the concourse area where this airport and spaceport are, and enter into the settlement's walls itself. You can see that there's a bunch of different badged individuals up in guard towers, that are dotting the walls. Just again, kind of scanning the horizon. None of them seem to be focused on you in particular, but if I can just have everybody make perception checks anyway.
Wow. I guess I earned that. I deserve that. Rolling that one. On the new dice that I love so much, but might have to put in jail. It's the second time today.
March.
Dirty 20.
Beautiful. Brew.
13.
Blorp.
16.
We heard the nat 1 from Choom, and then Lev.
That one.
Oh, fuck! Can we just have it where I'm on Lev's shoulder?
You guys are going to have a sidebar here in a second, but the other three of you notice that as you're passing through the checkpoint and you're kind of scanning, just kind of getting a lay of the fact that there is some level of security right here in this settlement. Some of the sheriff deputy type individuals, or just officers of whatever this place is, law enforcement people, do almost kind of talk into radios, kind of quietly as you pass by. and do shoot some glances in your direction, maybe to suggest that they are kind of just communicating maybe your movements or whatnot. Again, you can tell that maybe you are still being surveilled to a certain degree. As I feel like the hackles were raised enough from the local law enforcement from whatever was communicated by the people of Timberfall that you could tell that they're probably still trying to keep an eye on you and on your whereabouts and kind of just making sure you're not causing no trouble.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Joom and Lev do not notice this, however, but it'll be up to you guys if you choose to share that information or maybe keep that to yourself because you're not sure what these two would do about that.
Sorry, Lev got lumped in with Choom for that one.
Well, yeah. Apparently, I was too mean to the law guy before he threatened us. I should have waited until he threatened us multiple times.
I think that Lev is just very quickly and easily threatened. I think he perceives many things as a threat.
He just call you sensitive.
Sure.
I'm not saying he's sensitive. I'm just saying
I didn't say anything for the rest of that
threatened.
fucking interaction because of that. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna invoke the Fifth Amendment of this universe.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But no, I do want to kind of quickly, as quickly as we can in this show, address that sidebar of, since you guys were too distracted, to notice this, what were the two of you doing? I'm assuming it was probably Uppies related.
I was blinded with rage and ready to get off this rock as soon as possible.
Are you it's like Lev, like, are you guys are just like commiserating almost together, like, just like?
I'm just sitting on his shoulder, like, geez, man, these backwood operations, man. They think they're big shit. They think they're tough shit. But they don't know. They don't know us.
Every cop we run into wants to arrest us. It's great.
Well, does a disembodied voice have to go through the list of charges, or at least attempted charges that were being pressed against this group?
Allegedly. Thank you.
Anyway. The settlement is, like I said, the estimate of 150,000 might have been a little out of date, but it does seem to be that there is, a fair bit of people, going around. There are a number of small districts set up around here. Again, because of the fact that it's light pretty frequently, this does appear this is still on the same hemisphere as Timberfall. So there is a lot of natural light, and the sun is kind of, very much present right now. You can tell that there's a lot of different farmer stalls set up on the different streets that you're kind of walking past at this point now. You can see that there are some, very similar to what you saw in Timberfall, buggy-like vehicles driving down some of the streets. There's actual sidewalks and cobblestone roads.
Is there a map
here? Yes, actually. I don't have a map, but there is a map present as
That's
far
fine.
as they would guide you to where to go. There's a number of different. Again, a lot of this is residences, but there are a number of what appear to be different caverns, speakeasies, internet cafes, even Galnet cafes that seem to be in different sections of this settlement as well, because maybe not everybody has a personal computer in their little maybe small pod living situation that they may have, right? Because you can see that some houses here have been constructed, but there's a lot less wooden buildings here than there were, for example, in Timberfall. You can see a lot of this, a lot of the buildings here are more brick and metal. There appears to be, a few different areas where you can see that there's actually water pumps.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just for people to, I guess, fill up certain things, or there's not always running water in some of the establishments here, and some of them do have that, but otherwise there is just public water access because this isn't a bit of a landlocked area of
You spasm on the ship, got it.
No river running through this particular, settlement like there was in Timberfall, right? So you would imagine there's probably still fresh water access somewhere nearby, given that they have these pumps around here. But just a little feature to call out there. You don't see a ton of livestock, but you do appear to see some like horse-like creatures. Literally like at hitching posts in front of some buildings. Like there are vehicles driving around here, but there still are like horse-like creatures with saddles on them.
That's awesome. On the map, is there a clear alcohol place?
There are a number of them. I can consult the name bucket and we can pick one.
Yeah, just give me one, and that's the one I'm gonna go with immediately.
Okay, let's see. Name
I
bucket.
feel like I'm at Disneyland looking at that like kiosk. There's just like a map on it. It's not very helpful at all, but it has a lot of symbols on it. Just looking for a beer cup.
Oh, I like this. There is a place called the Friendly Fawn, Faun. It appears to be like you can even look on like a local map that you can download to your like little personal devices, and it says it is a restaurant and bar, but it also specializes in raw juices.
Raw juices.
It's like a raw juice bar, but it also has like your typical fare, and also like a restaurant as part of it.
I don't know why when you said raw juice, I immediately thought like meat, juices.
There is also.
Oh, God.
I don't know why.
No.
I was like, that sounds nasty.
I mean, still, it does sound nasty, but I get what it's like
raw
carrot juice.
And there's also a place called Bourbon Bonds, which is a whiskey bar that only serves dessert.
I like the name Bon better.
Wait,
We're gonna go
a
there.
whiskey bar that only serves dessert, so it doesn't serve whiskey?
Wait, that's an
Well,
important
as far as
distinction.
like it's like the only food they serve is a dessert. Excuse me.
I see. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's up to you guys. Are you hungry too? I just want to erase the last 2 days.
You're just trying to get information. That's what
I'm going for. You're right. Information.
There's a place that's literally just called the Speakeasy, which appears to be some sort of future jazz bar.
That sounds awesome.
It does. The reviews, the local reviews say that it requires a password to get into, though.
Well,
because they're old school about it.
All right, guys. You want the raw juice, or do you want the whiskey and cake?
Cake.
Right?
There's also a number of internet cafes and other things like that too. If you're not looking to go to like a local quote unquote like a bar like establishment to get drunk or whatever. If you're looking
disembodied voice, why are you trying to take this from me?
I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm just giving you. I'm providing a plethora of options for you to choose from. I'm not saying that we always have to go to a drinking establishment if that's not where you're trying to find people with information.
Glorp points down the street and says,
Hey, Choom, look, they have a Bargaritaville.
A Bargaritaville.
Oh my God! 3-for-1 margaritas.
You think that, and then you realize, right? This is a Frontier Moon. That's just someone with a Bargaritaville like neon sign that's decorating their garage.
The urge to go and knock anyway is so strong right now.
But are they serving margaritas in that garage?
Give me a
Is there a kid with a margarita stand out
Perception
front?
check.
Oh man, that's a dirty 20. Dirty 20.
It's 4 minus 2 is 2.
Choom, in the place that Glorp pointed out that they believed was a Bargaritaville that you have realized is just some dude's garage. There is someone in there working on a car that is up on a lift. And they appear to be nodding their head with earbuds in, and they are sipping on something while they're like walking around in that garage, but no, they're not serving anything out of there.
Well, does it look like a margarita?
Yes.
Yeah, no, let's go over there. They'll probably... Hey, listen. If there's anyone to ask about a weird relic, ancient relic information, it's the guy with the Margaritaville sign. So it's actually a good way to go.
The Margaritaville side, who may or may not be just a hobby mechanic.
But if he's not a conspiracy theorist, I will challenge that.
Are you gonna? Okay. Are you telling your group? Hey, yeah, let's go to this random person's house over there.
Yeah. And we can go whiskey
we're going
cakes.
to Margaritaville.
We can go to whiskey cakes after.
Okay. I'm going to entertain this idea because it's hilarious, honestly, just to think about the social interaction that would happen with a bunch of strangers just walking up to somebody working in the garage, enjoying a margarita. As you get closer, you can see that this is less of a human-like person and more like a furbolg-like person. They are
nice.
Large and stocky and like purple-skinned. And you see that they are, like kind of just inspecting, the sort of guts of the underside of this car that seems to be only partially assembled, like one of the buggies. And he's kind of just what appears to be sipping on a margarita in his garage. You can see there's a couple those camping chairs, in there. There's a little cooler and what appears to be some sort of pitcher with a little spigot that's filled with a green liquid.
Love that. Love that there's a pitcher.
Green liquid.
Amongst the tools and the toolboxes and other things that are in there.
Can I use investigation to try and determine the kind of car that as a mechanic enthusiast myself?
Sure.
Can I just determine the kind of car he's working on?
Sure.
Maybe break the ice with it?
Yeah, sure.
That's a dirty 17.
I mean, the make and model, you're not going to get much out of that only because of the fact that these appear to be like buggies that were kind of assembled or built specifically for maybe the Frontier or whatnot. But you recognize the brand of the engine just by looking at it because a lot of the parts are visible. It's a lot of framing. It's not a lot. There's not a whole lot of actual hull to these vehicles. And you recognize this as an 8-cylinder electric motor. It looks like it's been modified slightly to, just based on the way that its shape, but you can tell that it's been maybe even custom manufactured a little bit differently than the typical 8 cylinders you've seen for small vehicles like this. But you recognize it as Bergen 350.
As we approach the garage door, Choom's just kind of gonna lean in, just like, "Damn, Bergen, out here? You must know what you're doing, bud."
You see this furbolg sees you approach and you see them pull an earbud out of an ear as you're kind of saying that hello there. Thanks. What? I haven't seen you around.
Yeah, we're new.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, man.
I'm Bo. What's your name?
Bo. Choom. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Choom. I ain't never seen no one like you before. You must have come from far away.
Yeah, pretty far. But real quick, I saw the Margaritaville sign outside. I just have to say, beautiful touch of art. I really appreciate it.
Oh man, that's so nice. Wow. Yeah, it's just a little relic of our days back on the settled worlds. It's just a little souvenir picked up from a trader that came out here a long time ago. Really lights the whole place up. Makes me feel more at home when I'm working out here on these cars.
I can feel that.
Anyway,
that's why we came over.
So, what brings y'all to town? Who's the crew? You're not You're not treasure hunters, are you?
Treasure hunters?
Well, a lot of the outsiders that we do kind of see come through here, all looking for some ancient treasures or secrets out in these woods outside of Hearthglade here. And, well, I just... No offense, but I didn't want to take too much more time to get to know you if he's never going to come back again anyway.
That's crazy. You said they go out in the woods? Like what direction?
You are treasure hunters, are you? Aren't you?
What do you mean?
Well, Choom, do you got a death wish?
Buddy,
Another threat?
I'm just gonna tell you right now. The only treasure that I'm hunting is the ability to possibly find a way to stop this weird little voice in the back of my head. We all have it, right? This little voice. But this one in particular is quite annoying, and it's constant. It stopped right now, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come back. So all I really want to know.
I kind of get that. I get the same kind of voice telling me to, oh, it's never this, this work's never done on this car. I'm probably going to be
what I'm saying?
working on it the rest of my life because it's just my passion project. I get it.
I got a shuttle. I got an Astrodyne. I work on it all the time. You understand? So I just want to know where these ruins are. Not to go treasure hunting, but more for like a possibility to quiet that little part in my brain. You know what I mean, man? Just a moment of peace.
I mean, you're never going to find no peace out there, but...
Hey, I bet you when you started that car, they told you you'd never get it running. You don't know until you try. Pulls up belt in like blue collar.
Choom, we just met, but I feel like we got a lot in common, and I really hate to see you go out there and just forfeit what bright future you may have in front of you in search of something that ain't worth your life. I'll tell you that.
Every man's got to make the choice.
How about y'all take a seat? I can maybe I'll tell you quick. Maybe tell you a little story here.
Sounds great, and I would love to try one of your margaritas.
Oh yeah, please. How about the rest of y'all?
Hey guys, come on in, Bo.
He goes through. Bo comes through and introduces himself to all of you.
I would love a margarita, and can I also get a menu?
What? I don't...
That's Glorp.
Pleasure, Glorp. Again, shakes all of your hands, right? Or at least extends a hand to, introduce himself to all of you. Pulls out some more, like, folding chairs, right? And then you can see him actually push a button, and the car lowers from the from the lift it's on, and then actually lowers even further down into the floor, and then the floor closes
awesome.
over top of it.
I need one of those.
And then he sets the chairs up over that so that there's more room for y'all to sit in here. Sorry about that. Just had to make a little space. Now,
hey,
listen,
man, it's cool.
I don't need to know what got you interested in whatever secrets or ancient things might exist here on this moon. I personally, I've heard every little story. I think everyone's heard the rumors at this point. Something's going on here on Elmer's Rest, and us peaceful people here don't want nothing to do with that. We just want to stay safe. We want somewhere to build a future for ourselves and our children. I mean, I don't got no kids myself, but I do see everybody. I'm just trying to live a quiet life, and all I know is that whatever's happened out there in them woods, it's trouble. If the bloom snakes don't kill you, whatever's out there in them ruins certainly will claim that life of yours. There's a lot of dangers out there. All right, the plants want to kill you.
Oh fuck!
Be wary of any of them. Any large flowers, especially if you see them stems wiggle. All right, that's them bloom snakes. They'll snatch you up.
Somebody writing this down. Should I be writing this down?
I don't know. That's up to you. Do you feel like this is worth writing down?
Bloom bloom snakes. What'd you say they do?
Catch you right up.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
He said to look out for very large petals and stems that wiggle.
All right. Tomb's writing this down in his keeps a little flip book, pocket-sized notebook.
Not to mention them forest ligers.
Ligers?
You'll never even hear them coming. Nope.
Oh, shit.
All right, them woods is dangerous.
Right. Well,
outside of that, people that did manage to somehow find their way out of there, whatever was left of an adventuring party, just like yourselves, they went out there in search of things, be muttering crazy things to themselves.
is there anyone in this town that goes into the woods often?
I mean, we got a few trappers and whatnot, but
Any of repute?
They don't venture very far. I mean, I'm sure you can. I don't know any of them by name, but they be selling their various wares out at the market stalls all week, or on the weekends. They be working all week, and then they will be selling them stuff, whatever they've managed to find out there. Tell you what, them bloom skin petals, or them bloom snake petals do fry up real nice.
Right. All right. Chugs margarita.
It's like meat, but it's a plain. Crazy.
Fully chugs margarita, which I'm assuming is in a red Solo cup, just because,
No, it's in a plastic margarita glass.
Plastic margarita glass. So I need 2 hands to drink it, is what you're telling me. And I am just killing this margarita. Was it good? Good margarita?
It tastes like one of those like quick mix margaritas, right? Where it was just like
hey, I'll take what I can get. Yeah. Took me 59 episodes to get a fucking margarita. It's fine. All right. He does like a full blue collar stand. Stands up, cracks his back. Bo, thank you so much for the information. One last thing. The direction that the treasure hunters normally go in.
I suppose there ain't nothing I'm going to say that's going to convince you not to go out there, huh?
Hey, man's got to try,
He pours you another margarita.
Fuck yeah, he does.
And he says, from what I understand, they be saying it's northwest of here.
Northwest. Chugs it down again. Does it?
That's about all I can tell you, though. I never ventured out there, and I got no plans to.
All right. Turns to the rest of the guys. You guys want to go get some whiskey cakes? Before we set out, before we try and actually nail this down.
Sure.
I mean, we can see if they actually have menus at that restaurant.
I think they will, Glorp. I think they actually will. All right, Bo. It was nice getting to know you. I'll bet good luck on the car. And hey, little piece of advice, one mechanic to another. You don't need cylinders on an electric engine. You could totally put something else there. It takes up a lot of room. Have a nice day.
The cylinders make it go faster.
Sure, bud. Sure they do.
The cylinders make it go faster. I don't understand.
The cylinders are for pushing fuel. You got an electric engine, you don't have any fuel.
No, but you see it's pushing all the electricity. Man.
You know what? You're right. It looks great. Have a nice night, bud. Well, at least we got a direction, and we got some people we can ask about the forest. But you guys, that puppet hasn't come back. I mean, I'm biggest skeptic. But has anyone been hearing?
Glorp has it.
I'm literally carrying it.
Yeah,
I shared my margarita with it.
I'm talking more. Oh, that's an image. I'm talking more of like
it's
mentally.
Just wet.
Yeah, the doll is wet.
Just thinking mentally. Like none of you have heard that creepy voice since, right? Since Lev tore it up. No, nobody's been experiencing any weird supernatural-like things.
I mean, no weirder than normal.
Touche. What if it's gone forever? Do we really want to go into the woods with, wait, hold on. Pulls out clip notebook. Forest ligers. Is that like a lion and a tiger?
Do I want the forest ligers? No. What I want is to be sitting on a beach somewhere with a small team of experts trying to invent new ways to be nice to me. But since we can't have nice things like that, yes, we're gonna have to go deal with the fucking ligers.
All right, well, if we're gonna go deal with ligers, we might as well drink some fucking scotch and eat some desserts.
I mean, that is the spirit, ain't it?
Could we just fly there?
Fly to the ruins?
In the middle of a forest.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Fran was gonna have it be like enclosed in the forest.
I mean, if you would like to try to describe to me how you would look for ancient ruins buried in a forest while flying over them.
Do we have any kind of sensors on the ship?
And then clearing, somewhere for you to actually land the ship in the midst of dense forest.
Okay.
We did not
I'll get to that
install a
part.
scanner.
Do we have any sensors on the ship?
You have some.
That
Yes.
act as some kind of like, I don't know,
Topography
thing or
planning.
yeah, sure.
I'm sure there would be some sort of local surveying, yes, but I will say that it would probably be very difficult.
Yeah, where would we land?
It depends. I mean, it depends on how thick the trees are and what other interference might exist that could potentially get.
Did
I don't
we
like
see
the way you
forest
said
on
that.
our way in?
I don't like the way you said that.
You flew over forest pretty much almost the entire way. Most of this moon is just forest,
Dense forest.
dense,
And we couldn't
forest,
find a clearing
gigantic
anywhere?
trees.
We didn't see one clearing.
The clearings are mostly where the settlements are, and that one you were hiding in. Like a couple hours flight from here.
Which is even longer if we walk. There's always the chance we could go look for one, but I didn't like
I'm
the
sure
way he said.
I'm sure there are other small clearings or glades or things that could exist, that dot these forests, but for the most part, it is very thick. There would be some areas that have been at least slightly deforested, but given the gigantic size of the trees, and one can provide a lot of material, just to kind of give you like some scope. Like this is like we're talking like redwood kind of trees, not like
If only our shuttle was smaller.
Yeah, like your shuttles would be too big to just to navigate into and through the trees. You would have to find a clearing to
Got
land.
it.
Could
But
always,
it would be, we could entertain some ideas. If you have ways you could think about clearing trees, yeah, sure, we could try to shortcut this a little bit.
Well, it just sounds
somehow.
like we can't. Is what I keep
Napalm
hearing,
the
so.
forest one
I was
square
literally-
acre at a time.
I don't like using the word can't. I just want to
I was
say
literally
that
gonna look at Lev and just pull out the explosive materials that I bought. Like we could try and make a clearing.
right. This is why
Yeah, I mean that's
don't-
what I've been alluding to, but I've just been told that that's not possible because of how thick the trees are.
That would be
I'm just
hard with
saying
what I
they
have.
thick.
They thick as fuck.
with multiple
We
C's.
can't do anything about that.
I
Is
mean,
my question to the group.
you don't
and
have
to everybody else.
Yeah.
It just seems like we could avoid all of that with a thing that travels faster than us, away from things like forest ligers and deadly plants that can't get you in the sky. And then we can deal with that stuff at the beginning of the temple or whatever. And we would find the temple in the same manner that we would with the ship anyway, it sounds like, with our eyes, since we don't have coordinates for us, or sensors apparently that can scan any area around us to sense like anomalies of some kind.
Is this a
So-
discussion you're having on your way to Bonbons about potentially leveraging some type of explosives or
I
some
don't really know
other
if
way
Lev
to-
would have that kind of
to clear forward.
Insight, honestly.
I feel
as
like
far as
when
he's concerned.
somebody-
I don't see why not. I mean, so I'm just curious. Let's have this discussion out loud. We may be able, like I said, I would like to entertain whatever ideas you may have here. I do not want to reject creativity. I would like to reward it in some way. I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page with methodology.
Maybe, I don't know, I'm wondering, maybe, just maybe, floating this. We shouldn't be talking about what we're doing with napalm and or explosives while we're walking down the middle of the public street.
Hey, how you
while
doing?
being surveilled. Just a trial balloon there.
I don't know that. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, fuck!
So
Well, since we're getting pretty late into the episode,
Yeah. This is we're looking for I'm looking for like a way out here. So I'm trying to like prod for some of this stuff.
get to the bonbons, and then that will be the conversation that we have at bonbons.
Okay. So we'll
Sound
say you
good?
make it to Bourbon Bonds, a brick building with a nice mahogany interior, dim lighting, very fitting for a brown liquor bar with desserts. A lot of artificial candle light in here. You can see a lot of LED candles essentially lit up throughout the place. You have to kind of look like an old school tavern, but more upscale. You guys find a place to sit. You get you order whatever you want to order. You start having this conversation.
Choom just kind of finishes sipping the really expensive scotch that he ordered, and he's going to look up at the group and say, "All right, guys, we're going into the woods. We need to decide. We walking, or are we getting there some other way?"
So I'm only going to suggest this, but I'm not going to force it. Were you looking to leverage potentially explosives as an idea?
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to count it out.
To clear a landing space.
Bro, he said forest ligers. I'm down not having to go through that. I'm totally
Is
down.
this brought up in this conversation you're having at the table?
In hushed tones, maybe. I don't want it getting out of this booth.
That's okay. It may not necessarily go too far from the booth. However, as you guys are kind of whispering this discussion, potentially discussing potential plans, you hear like almost a whisper come from the booth next to you. It says, "You looking for ordnance?" And that's what we're going to call this episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast.
Oh, yeah. Always looking for ordnance.
What's he mean by ordinance?
Just wondering what the local ordinances on ordnance are.
Right.
Well, we'll find out next time. Until then, if you like us, you can find us on the internet. We're on such places as all the places that we could try to be on the internet, but you can find those places on our link tree. It's linktr.ee/haplessheroes. Among the links that you will find on that wonderful tree is the crown jewel of our internet presence, and that is our Discord server, which we encourage you to join and be a part of our growing community, talking about the show, talking about other things, sharing memes, sharing pictures of animals and food and all the things that you do in a social community. And we would love to see you there. So we encourage you to go to that link tree, click that little Discord link, and hop on in and join the conversation. Now, say you like us even more than that. Say you want to interact with us in a way that maybe provides some sort of constructive feedback in some way, or positive feedback. Well, we would encourage you to leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. All of those help us get more people to see this show and listen to it and be a part of the community. And I guess, since I haven't said it in a while, you could also, if you were listening to this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment. I guess you could do that too. That'd be kind of cool, I guess, if you did that. We'll see it, I guess, at some point. And, maybe if you don't want to do any of those things, but you still want to say some nice things and you happen to be in that Discord server we mentioned before, we also have a 5-star channel where you can say some nice things about us there too. And we will recognize you here on the air as the 5-star human being that you are. Now, say your love runs deeper. Say you want to throw some little money at us every month to help keep the lights on up in this show. Well, you can do that at our Patreon. It's patreon.com/haplessheroes. For the price of a cup of coffee every month, you can get access to behind the scenes audio, bloopers. We also have free content in the form of like interviews and other out of character content we release on there periodically. We would encourage you to check it out. see if the rewards are right for you, see if, maybe you could spare a few bucks every month to help us pay our hosting costs and keep all this equipment up to date and buy Mike some new headphones that he doesn't have to charge. Things like that. All the money goes right back into making this show the ad-free entertainment experience that you so crave. And we love and appreciate all of you who have kept us going for all these years. It's just warms my heart. You're all awesome. Now, without further ado, I will go ahead and outro our cast for you in the opposite order in which they were introduced. We have Lewis as Lev Zangief.
Know your fucking Slavic rights, people.
Sebastian is Chum Delum.
For the record, I ordered a taste of a scotch and an apple fritter.
Nicole is Glorp Glup Glup.
I just ordered a cup full of cake and I'm very happy.
Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzmore.
This forest sounds like mighty adventurous.
And Dave as March.
2 weeks without a roof over my head. This is going to be awful.
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM. Tune in next week where we either get some ordnance or go hike into the forest the old-fashioned way. We'll see. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Ah.
Bye.
Bye.